How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map here in Farming Simulator 25 for all platforms called Lindsay, Montana. And we're going to start with a description from the mod hub, and it reads, Welcome to Lindsay, Montana. Although Lindsay is a real town, the map is a fictional representation of the area in and around Montana. The map reminds me of a combination of the map I created for FS22 minus the extras those maps includes. Map features 10 large fields. Field 1, 7.3 hectares. Field 2, 7.3 hectares. Field 3, 7.3 hectares. Field 4, 7.3 hectares. Field 5, 21.57 hectares. Field 6, 4.21 hectares. Field 7, 36.2 hectares. Field 8, 16.18 hectares. Field 9, 24.64 hectares. Field 10, 28.88 hectares. 25 collectibles, lots of forestry work. Sawmill produces planks, boards, lumber beams, and wood chips. All products are produced simultaneously. Cement plant produces cement blocks, cement, and shingles. All products produced simultaneously. Paper mill produces plywood, cardboard, paper, wood shingles, prefabricated walls. All products produced simultaneously. Sell all points. Compliments of Schultz modding. Thanks. Train orients from BC Bueller's North American train, prefabricated. Water ferry if you want to use it. Soybeans will make straw. Long grain rice can be planted and harvested without water. Constructibles edited to take plywood and other materials from the map. A second logging version also included. If you like large fields, forestry work, and space for your own farm, or just want a simple map to play, try this map. This is a North American map created by Poorboy Modding and sGaming and is 113.37 megabytes to download. If we take a look at the map, and there are no mods required for this map. If we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out here on the eastern portion of the map at our main starting farm, and we start out by owning farmlands number 9, 13, 16, 24, and 25. 9 is a soybean field that is ready to harvest. 13 has no product in it. Technically, it's part of our main starting farm. Let's see. 16 is our main starting farm, which is... where's 16? There it is, right there. It's our actual starting farm. 24, also part of our main starting farm, but it's kind of a open grass field area that's not actually a field. And 25 is over here, and that is our, basically, again, our main farm. Now, it is kind of a mixture of production point areas and our selling areas and all that stuff, but we'll include that in the farm as well. Let's see, you can purchase all areas of the map, and the field prices do vary, but it's very expensive for the most part. $279,000 for this one. We got this one here for $851,000, 402, 402, 409, 433, $1.03 million. We got this one here, $1.4 million, and then you kind of got the kind of forestry bits out to the east here. 386,212, got 239, 390, and so on and so forth. So you do get a range, but it's not that much, and it is still expensive. We do not start without any animal pens. Contracts are available on this map. We do start with a production point. We start with the sawmill, and there are a couple of other production points available as well. And if we take a look over on the statistics tab down at the bottom right hand corner, it says that there are collectibles, 0.25 to be precise. Now, if we take a look at mods specific to this map, starting in the buy menu here, scrolling down to the mods and DLCs tab, you'll see we have a Lindsay, Montana tile there, and a whole bunch of mods that are specific to this map, all of them tagged with the Lindsay, Montana mod, as you can see down below each of the individual tiles. Now, taking a look at our build menu, starting here under our buildings tab, there's nothing here under sheds or silos or silo extensions, but under constructibles, scrolling down, you'll see several of these that are tagged Lindsay, Montana. These are mods that are specific to this map. They have been altered for the recipe to include some other things available on this map. Nothing for containers, tools, or farmhouses. Next, under Productions tab, scrolling all the way down, you will see that we do have a Lindsay, Montana mod here. Again, a mod specific to this map. Nothing for selling points, greenhouses, cultivation, or generators. There's absolutely nothing for animals, nothing for decorations, and nothing for landscaping. So we do start here at the starting farm, so let's take a look at some of our starting equipment. We take a look under this one here, under vehicles. We start out with the AgriFact Condor Endurance 2, that is our sprayer, self-propelled. The Brandt H550 Beaver Tail, the rear deck of our low loader. The Brandt H550 Gooseneck, that is the front of the trailer as well. The Elmer Manufacturing Hallmaster Auger Wagon. The John Deere 843L2, I believe that's a buncher. That's what that might be called. I'm not sure. John Deere 848L2. Again, forget what this particular equipment is called. And I know that if Doc from FAFO Logging happens to see this tour, he will be very disappointed in me at this point. We got the John Deere 8R410, another 410, the 8RX 410, a 9RX 640, the John Deere X9 1100 harvester. We got the Kinsey 4905 Blue Drive planter, and actually technically this is one that's been kind of modified in order to take all of the planting as well as the seeding crops, as you can see down the bottom right hand or bottom of the screen there. The Kubota RTV X1140WH side by side. We got the Load King Prestige Super B pull trailer. We got the Load King Prestige Super B pull trailer as well. So we got, I believe this is the rear deck and this is the front deck. So they're kind of the train version of the come along trailers. We got the MacDon FD 250 Flex Draper header there. We got the Pitts Trailer LT 48L wood transporting or log trailer. The Strewmaster FW212TD Profi fertilizer and lime spreader. We got the TMC Kinsella TFR 250, basically not mulcher, but like tree destroyer kind of thing. Removes like your tree trunks and all that. We got the Volvo EC250DL excavator, the EC380 DL excavator. We got the Volvo VNX300 semi-truck, and that's it. So you start out with a ton of good equipment, some for forestry, some for farming, pretty good range of it. Now, what I'm going to do is I do start here at the starting farm, so I'm going to show off first the sleep trigger and the wardrobe trigger, which is around the side of the building over here. And then I'm going to bring over a truck over to this area here because otherwise we're going to take a while. This thing tops out at 25 miles an hour. So it's going to take me forever to get from the north side of the map all the way over there to the southern portion of the map all the way over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a truck over here really quickly and then we will pick up the tour from there. So I will see you in just a second. All right, so as you can see, got the truck here. Gonna go ahead and take off, wiring it up. And we're gonna go ahead and start checking out the map. So we're gonna start heading to the north here. As you can see, pretty much everything to my left here is the kind of main kind of field area. Bit of undulations in that direction, but for our points of interest, for the most part, are here along the eastern portion of the map. So we'll go ahead and cross over the tracks. This track, that track. We have a rent train trigger right there. And here we have the paper mill, $375,000 to purchase this. We'll go ahead and do so. You can see we can make our carton rolls, floor tiles, plywood, and prefabbed walls. And as you can see, according to the description, which I wasn't too sure about, says you basically activate them all. But you can't activate each individual one. I'm not quite sure what they're saying there, but perhaps it's just saying that it allows you to run all of them at the same time, because there are some of those productions where if you execute all the productions, you get a slower kind of processing speed, or at least that's how it feels sometimes. that might be saying that all of these will run at the same time without interfering or slowing down the process here. So that's kind of my guess is what that means. If we come around the backside over here, input right here, and output along the backside over here. And now, heading due south, bring this. Oh, and actually, before I take off from here, almost completely forgot. Got to go into third person for this one. So if I go right into the very corner over here and zoom in, you do have this production point that's all the way in the corner here. Taking a look at the map right up here, you can see this is an old mine, and I believe this is producing stone. But the problem is, if I go back into third person and hover over there, there is no way to get over to this portion of the map. This is one that you're going to have to build up and get to. There's nothing that you need to actually purchase per se other than the land that it sits on to be able to pick up the stone, because this will just continue to spit out stones, you know, whether you own it or not. So if I visit this, actually let me visit this actual production site to get me over there faster. You can see it's just chucking out a bunch of stones onto the ground here. So you can eventually come up here and start utilizing the stones, but you got to be able to get over here to be able to utilize them. So that's what you're going to have to do for this. But again, like I said, there's no way to get over here. It's all deep water here. If you were to drive your vehicles over, you're just going to lose them. So let's go ahead and get back here. I just wanted to show that, but there's no way for me to actually like get over there. There's nothing to purchase other than the land. It is kind of a wonky kind of thing. So wanted to point it out, but just also wanted to show that it was not something that's going to be on the kind of normal map tours kind of thing. So as we continue to drive to the south here, we'll take in our couple of interests. There's not much going on in this map to really show off for the most part. There's a couple of production points, there's sell points, and that's really it. But they're all kind of grouped together down here in the southeast portion of the map. Again, everything else is the kind of farmlands off to the west there, and there's not much to show. You can see directly in front of me, this is kind of our farm area with a lot of our equipment just kind of stacked up in here. Crossing over this bridge here and going straight, we have this cement factory tucked away over here. Output to my left there. Now see, that's what I think is going on here. So you notice this at the last production point too, and this is something I took note of, is when I mentioned before that the description said that you can run all of these separately kind of thing or together. It had its own little output area here. This is the first time I've noticed that this production point here has its own outputs areas for all those individual things. So I think that's what it's saying, is that you do have the ability to run these all at the same time. It's not going to interfere with the output kind of thing, with the speed and all that. But cement factory, $270,000. And as you can see, we'll go ahead and purchase that because it does produce all the normal stuff. The 3 items that we expect to see, cement bricks, cement bags, and roof plates. All that seems normal. Input was over here at this little escalator right there. And then outputs are over there. So I believe that's what it's saying, is you're able to run all of these at the same time without interfering with the recipes or the run times or anything along those lines. I think, again, take that with a grain of salt, but I hope I'm at least in the ballpark. Now over here is the sawmill. You do have your output for wood chips right there. Your actual trigger for the production point is here. You can see planks long, and wood beams are the only things you can produce at this particular sawmill. So you're missing the prefab walls from this production point. You got your input right here, wood cell trigger over there, and outputs are right over here. Oops. Some more of your equipment tucked away over there. Shop trigger right here. And sell all station right there with a wood sell trigger there. Repair trigger right here. Gas station here. Animal dealer is right here, and you can purchase your animals using this icon directly or at any of the pens and pastures you place around the map using this same icon. Now, if you use this icon directly, you will incur an additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee. The animal dealer is taking the animals from this location, delivering them across the map wherever you set up your pens and pastures. Right now, you have none. If you, again, utilize this, just to give a little context, it's going to cost you an additional $100 for an adult cow. It varies based on the animal that you do purchase and the age of the animal. So that's on top of its base price. So that adds up pretty quickly depending on the number of animals you're going to buy. So if you want to eliminate that additional fee, you can bring an animal trailer to this location right here, park inside the little hazard box, and then utilize this icon. You will then be able to load into the animal trailer rather than delivering to the pens and pastures you place around the map, and you'll save that fee because you're going to have to deliver them yourself. Then we have a rent train trigger right there, and that's it. That is the entirety of the map. Now it's time to render my opinion and let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. I like this. I like this, and not only do I like this, I am so excited to see that Poorboy has made a map for FS25. I was under the impression that Poorboy wasn't making anything here in FS25, and this really came as a shock to see that Poorboy is tagged in this. So I'm super excited about this. I'm hoping that this is not the last. I'm hoping that this is the first of many to come here in FS25. Now, color palette, nice. It's very toned down. Nothing like that's popping that's really going to make this feel like a cartoon or anything like this. Undulations, it's got plenty of undulations on this map. There's nice little ebbs and flows for the most part, and then there's all these kind of large hill areas throughout the map. It's a kind of mixture, a mixed bag for me personally. So I'm not huge on these massively wide open maps like this. Even though there are the hills and undulations throughout the fields and all the areas and the periphery, all that stuff, it really does a good job at lining up to make the map feel like it's larger than what it actually is. There's a lot of things that I like about this map. Like I mentioned, everything I've mentioned so far. The things I'm not crazy about is just how massive this map is. And without the trees and all the kind of things that kind of take away the sight lines. So you see the render ring as we drive around here where everything's just kind of popping into existence, going from high resolution to low resolution, you know, all those kind of things. But, I mean, this is just a nice little straightforward, simple map. I like it. I like it because of that. And you're going to be able to focus on forestry, you're going to be able to focus on farming, or you're going to be able to focus on building, or a combination of all those things. It's like, I love it. It's absolutely awesome. And the kind of interesting part about this map as well is the kind of stone factory up there in the northeast corner there. What's interesting about it is you're going to have to build your way over to that area. Whether it's you actually raise the ground and make it to where you're not going to sink into the water, or being able to place a bridge down and then crossing on the bridge. Like, really, it's going to be up to you as to how to proceed. And that's the beauty of these kind of maps, is that it's that very much a sandbox style of map to where you are intended to really act upon it and really make it your own. So, yeah, I like that. I really like that about this map. Now, the kind of, like I said, the style, though, is kind of lacking for me personally. But I can see this is going to appeal to a lot of people out there, I think. I think it will. So, all that being said, what do I think of this? I would give this map a solid 3.5, approaching a 4. I like it more than I don't. Even with the kind of glaringly massive fields and all that stuff. It's just, yeah, I'm just too excited that Poorboy has put his stamp onto a map, and that is certainly going to be carrying the opinion on this one, I think. But yeah, all that being said, yeah, welcome back, Poorboy. Here we go. Hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show them about liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. It shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.